Hey there, bookbinding people. My name is Mihai from Romania, and this is my bookbinding blog. First of all, I'd like to thank you for all the love that you've showed me after my first video. I mean, 400 views in 2 days and going from 11 subscribers to 81 in 2 days is simply amazing. Now, as a thank you, I'd like to take you backstage and show you all the people that are making all of this possible. These are all the people in the workshop that do help me out with my work while I film stuff. This is my cleaning guy. These are the people upstairs that keep quiet while I film. The guy in charge of lighting, my camera guy, and of course my editing crew. Yeah. Okay, so now on to our subject. People always ask me, Mihai, you have such cool and vintage looking pressing weights. Where do you buy them? Do you commission machinists to do them and mill them for you, or do you steal them from richer bookbinders or book restorers? No, I like to go to flea markets, and sometimes you can find these old cast iron weights from 50 years ago for next to nothing. Now, I'll be discussing the caveman approach to the cleaning of a weight and the smart and proper approach, and you can pick one for yourself. The caveman approach includes forgetting your filming phone at home and filming with your crappy phone. You buy some crappy plastic container from your local hardware store and of course some crappy rust remover from the same place. You carefully place the rusted weight inside the container and fill it until the rust remover, more likely a solution of phosphoric acid or some formulation or another, covers the whole thing. Then carefully place the lid on top and secure it. Remember, since we have no idea what the plastic is, we do not know if our solution will eat through it, so we have either to watch it or place it in a sink or a bucket or on the floor. I came back only to discover a substantial spill. Turns out the solution did not chew away at the plastic, causing seepage, but was highly volatile, condensed on the lid and proceeded to drip down onto the floor. So I put the remainder of the solution in a safe PET bottle and washed the weight and took it home where I had running water and better lighting. Once home, I checked the crappy plastic container for holes. There were none, and proceeded to cover the weight with water and sprayed some heavy-duty detergent that's basically caustic lye. After about half an hour, I proceeded to rub the hell out of it with my special heirloom wire brush that's been in my family for over 2 months since I bought it. Not being completely satisfied, I rinsed it all, covered the weight with water, and did something I cannot advise you to do on your precious cast iron memorabilia, namely drowning it in a substance the old alchemists called oil of vitriol, which in Latin means oil from glass oil, or oil of glass. Sulfuric acid, to be more precise. From this old bottle I do have from my old chemistry teacher, which I just love. The bottle, not the teacher. I left it for about half an hour, and when my bathroom sink began smelling like Keith Richards, I took it out and began lightly cleaning it with a set brush. Now I could deceive you into thinking it was a calm, slow ASMR-like process like this, but it was likely more harsh and unforgiving. Now, the weight was all nice and shiny and needed some protection. Whenever I watch restoration videos, I just love the way the metal shines through after the derusting, and I feel kinda sad when the restoration man paints it over. So I like my weights shiny, but I do apply a layer of clear varnish to make it rust-proof and to be sure it doesn't scuff or stain the pages I'll place it upon. All in all, this method took me about 6 hours with a lot of trial and error. Now for the second method, the smart, environmentally friendly and responsible way. I got yet another 1 kilogram weight from a friend, and I ordered this heavy-duty, eco-friendly spray paint remover and rust converter. I placed the weight in a synthetic receptacle, the crappy plastic box for the layman, and proceeded to cover it with a foul-smelling substance that oozed out the can. Then I let the piece sit in this green-friendly abomination and watched it smolder and bubble while calmly listening to the scary sounds of horny cats arguing just outside my workshop. After about 30 minutes, twice as much as the recommended amount, I took it out, dried it clean, and began planning its next torture. I placed it in the jaws of my makeshift book press, fitted snugly, made sure I had a mask on to protect me from the COVID as well as flying paint dust and rust, and proceeded to blast it with a soft steel brush to clean all the gunk in it. I know what you're thinking now. I don't have a fancy press. Well, you gotta have a firm surface somewhere, and two clamps. All you have to do is fix one clamp on the iron piece, and the other can be used to secure the first clamp onto the table and blast away. Alternatively, you can try it freehand if the object is heavy and stable enough, but it's not quite recommended. Remember, I'm a professional bookbinder and I'm qualified to wire brush rust from cast iron weights without protection. The result was so amazingly and magnificently disappointing that I strapped on my black nitrile BDSM gloves and drowned the bastard in sulfuric acid and water. After about half an hour, this was the result I subjected to more wire brush abuse, and after buffing and varnishing, I had a satisfactory result. I find these small bastards to be quite versatile. You can use them to gently press freshly pasted end papers on books, apply light pressure to mended pages, vanquish your enemies, and my favorite, hold sections in place while sewing. And that's why they're varnished. If you enjoy my work, please consider subscribing to my channel, supporting me on Patreon, or screaming my name during intercourse. Have a great day.